All plants respond to love. Native Americans used this to make an herbal tea that was good for curing sciatica. Of course, it comes with some very powerful hallucinogenic properties.
I think we're lost.
Nonsense. I know exactly where we are based on the local indigenous plant life of the region. Judging by the moss on this tree, I think this is north. Wait, is that north? I'm confused now.
Hey, look at this.
Fascinating. This looks like early Cro-Magnon. Yeah, it's very similar to the Lascaux cave paintings in France. This must be about 20,000 years old.
Okay. You hungry? Want food? Food? You wanna come for food? Yeah? Food? You know, most men are intimidated by a woman with body hair. I mean, I don't shave my armpits, my legs, my upper lip. Women are encouraged to depilate their armpits because it's a scent trap for sexual odors which signal responsive mates to begin pre-copulatory behavior. So historically, men have instituted cultural restrictions and beauty practices in order to control and finally subordinate the female. Men are pigs. Primitive. But you're different. You are a good listener. So I went to Vassar for my undergraduate degree. Then I went to Berkeley where I majored in women's studies. I did my thesis on social Darwinism's effect on cultural feminism.
Bésame mucho, como si fuera esta noche la última vez. Bésame, bésame mucho.
College was a really impressionable time for me. I believed for a period that the only viable way to enact true balance and power was to forcibly adopt a militant lesbian philosophy and to disown the male-dominated society as a whole. I even had an affair with my professor of feral women studies for nearly 2 semesters. And our class would take these late night field trips, ostensibly to find our inner savage femininity. We would wear these wool skins and we would dance around in a circle and we'd howl at the moon. And that's when I realized she had been faking orgasms. After that, I lost all confidence in believing that I could ever bring a woman to climax again. And I passed the class, of course. I could never shake this feeling of inadequacy. Oh, women are so complicated. Men are simple. Is it just me, or do you sense this animal magnetism between us?
Cheese enchilada for you, señorita.
Thank you.
And the carne asada for you, señor. Yes.
Excuse me, I'm like a vegetarian. Women throughout history have been required to gain economic support of men by prostituting themselves as erotic objects. Makeup, nylons, high heels, waxing, breast implants. These were all oppressive and painful beauty practices forced upon us by a male-dominated society. It wasn't always like this. Long ago, during the rule of the great matriarchy, women of the clan were deified and worshipped as goddesses because they were the keepers of the magical rites of fertility. They stayed at home, reared the children, cultivated the soil, while the men went out to hunt for meat. And when the hunt proved fruitless, women rose to power because the simple farming practices sustained the group, you know? I mean, women were the inventors of agriculture. Women gave us civilization. As primates, though, they never formed deep and meaningful attachments. And sex lasted, what, 10 or 15 seconds? There was never any foreplay or cuddling afterwards. We walked around on all fours, and our main signal of sex was to stick out our rears and be mounted from behind. But then things got more complicated because we started to walk on two legs and our genitals weren't visible at eye level anymore. So we had to attract attention using a different apparatus, something that would mimic our round, fleshy bottoms. So females developed breasts. And you know that only 1/3 of all this fleshy tissue has anything remotely to do with producing milk for nursing. But the females perfected this form of adaptation. Our mouths and our verted lips are the same color and size of the female vagina. And women even apply red lipstick to simulate the labia, which gets red and swollen during sexual arousal. I'm pregnant.